What's up, everyone? I wanted to take this opportunity of being stuck inside the house to record some extra videos for you. And the first one I wanted to make was the video on the layout study. On the D2L, it's called the Sketchbook Layout Study. Um, and I'm probably going to remove the name Sketchbook because that's a little confusing for people. But the gist of the assignment is to give you the practice of looking at another person's layout. I'm sorry I keep touching my face because I have cat hair all over me because my cat was just crawling over me. Anyway, the point of this assignment is to show that you understand how to look at a layout, look at someone else's layout, dissect it, and analyze what it is that you're looking at. If you can learn how to do that well, it'll really progress you quickly as a graphic designer because you can start to pull ideas from different places without it just being straight up copying. Okay, there's a great book out there called How to Steal Like an Artist, and this is essentially an example of that. So let me get started with the whole concept of this, and that is that you want to make a layout for your sketchbook, for your final project, based on one of the topics that we've covered. It can be line, shape, form. It could be your history page. It could be the creative economy page. And apply the things that you're learning from another layout, okay? And a lot of people tend to jump right into getting the reference first, kind of looking up some cool ideas, getting inspired, and then saying, okay, that's the one that I want to copy. And that's not exactly what you want to do, although that could work. What I prefer, or what I suggest rather, is that you figure out what page you want to do, and then you figure out what it is that you need to have on that page. Maybe start doing some quick thumbnails or sketches of like how much room that's going to take up. Then you can go and look up some references that fit to those needs instead of just any reference, okay? So let's take a look at that on the screen. I'm going to be using Photoshop. I'm using my Cintiq, which is why I'm wearing the glove. So let's get started. All right, should be able to see me. I hope we're still recording. Yes, we're still recording. Just making sure because I walked through this once and I wasn't recording. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to cover the topic of creative economy in this particular one. So the first thing I knew I needed was a title. Okay, so I just threw something together with whatever font happened to be there. Then I need to say something about what creative economy is. So I added that information. If you are lost or have forgotten what that information is, then be sure and check out the D2L because it's on the D2L. We just haven't actually been over that stuff in quite a while. So if you've forgotten, go back there and check it. Now, the next thing you want to think about is when you're looking at the words that you're using to describe this thing, think about how those translate visually. For instance, in this statement, the creative economy is based on turning an idea into something valuable. When you say that out loud, you get sort of a before and after kind of feeling. You're like, this is what it was before, but now I have it on a product. Just like this. All right. Now, so that lends itself to having a before and after graphic. So I've created something, like this, the idea and then the product. Now I've left myself a little bit of room here down below to maybe have some information about the different places that you can go use the creative economy, like Zazzle or Redbubble. Or perhaps I could use that space to show like the different types of creative economies that are out there, the different avenues or what's the word I was looking for? Um, the sectors, I guess, if you will. So like advertising, crafts, design, film, publishing, so on. Maybe I could find a way to put that there, okay? But this is the information that I need to convey. And now that I know what I need to convey, I can start looking at some designs. So let's do that now. So I'm gonna come here. I've got this one pulled up. Let me pull it up over here so you can see it. There we go. So what I typed in on Google was page design, and then you can try different things like layout. You can see here we've got a title, a big figure, some information over here, and a smaller image. So this could actually work in itself, okay? Title, big image, small image, information, another little block down here. This is almost exactly, you know, what I was looking for. You can also check magazine creative. Sometimes that'll give you some cool ideas as well. So be sure and look through these, but what you're looking for is I need a title. I need 2 graphic examples to show before and after. So this wouldn't work very well unless I change this black area to being my graphic. So that's why I suggest having an idea of what you need to do first, okay? So let me back up this just a little bit more, one more time. So I actually was looking at this one and I've blown that up here just as a quick example. Let's now dissect this. So you're thinking about line, shape, form, texture. You're thinking about balance, the principles of design, that kind of thing, flow. So one of the things that I'm noticing is in line, they're using line to underscore important pieces of information. They're using a lot of rectangular shapes overlapping each other, creating a sense of depth and space. They're using a color scheme of pretty much monochromatic. It's just red and then grays and blacks and white. So there's no other real color in this scheme. I suppose you could count that as like a green, but I don't think it is. So line, shape, form, we have some texture here inside the imagery, giving it some visual interest. We have flow, so it starts here and it flows from the upper left down towards the lower right, okay? Still have cat hair all over my face. All right, so these things have given me some ideas and I've talked about how I would break down what's happening. So I'm going to move this off screens, but somewhere where I can still see it. So let's put this to work now. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is maybe grab my title, and since I want to start upper left and move to lower right, I'm just going to go ahead and move that over. Now these guidelines here are a safe zone. Generally, you don't want to go outside those. Sometimes you can, though. I'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off for a second. And I'm going to go ahead and move this over for a second. So now I need a big graphic. I'm thinking maybe the graphic that is the end result, you know, because that's the more interesting one. So I already have that pulled up here. This is a picture of someone wearing one of the products I've made. So I'm going to drop that in here, hit enter, move that down. Okay, now let's move this around. Maybe break down a little bit. Okay. There's a lot of different things that you can do to play with this. One of the things that you can do is grab this. I'm wanting to cut out this area here. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to create a new layer with that applied to it, and I'm going to fill it with white, apply it to here, and then try different blend modes. Not sure why those aren't working. Maybe here. Okay, so moving on, we have this text piece right here. I'm going to click on the text tool, and I'm going to change that text box to sort of fit better in over here. We need to stay inside the lines on that one. That's looking pretty good. The creative economy is based on turning an idea into something valuable, defined as the business and individuals involved in producing cultural, artistic design. There's a lot of spelling errors in there, but that's okay. Okay, so here is the title. Then we see this graphic. Then we're coming over here, and we're seeing this box. Let's do a before now. So we'll put this graphic that I had ready. I'm going to move that in here as well. This is the idea sketch. Scroll that down here. Maybe align these a little bit, best I can. So I'll try to get those pretty close to the same size. There we go. Okay, and then let's put a box underneath of that. Maybe I can run this just right off the page. And I need to fill that with a color. Maybe use that gray. Okay. Move that around a little bit. There we go. All right, I don't like how these are perfectly in a line, so I'm gonna kind of bump those down a little bit. Just feels a little awkward to have it be straight in a line like that. So then I'm gonna take this, move this down a little bit. So now my flow is coming down here. Maybe I see this and then come back over here. And I still have some area right here to give some information to, okay? All right, so now I want to do a before and after thing. So I'm gonna type in the words before, or actually let's just type in the words product. Sorry, I'm in a funky position, it's hard to type. And I don't want that to be quite so bold, so I'm gonna pick a different font. Oh, I got just the one. Let's go to Roboto. It's my new favorite right now. And then I'm going to copy this over here. And this one's going to be called Idea. Okay. let's see what this looks like with Roboto. I don't know why Roboto's not up there. Okay. It's a little bit lighter. Okay, let's see what it looks like with a little bit of bolding. Not too bad. We just need to, oops, adjust the text box a little bit. There we go. I just didn't want that to be before it came in and back out, the text. I didn't like the way that looked. So let's also take a look at what it looks like with right justification. That's not bad either. I might actually leave that, although that looks a little wrong. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look. So here's what I have so far, and I'm off to a good start with this page looking a whole lot better than just the basic top to bottom, designs that we had earlier. I think I want to throw in another layer here. I like to do these little accents. So maybe on a new layer right here, switch to this. And we have these little arrows here. So now we've got information, we've got graphic, we've got some, space down here. Maybe I could put some of the other Zazzle and Creative Economy type stuff. So hopefully, let me get out of here real quick. Hopefully you find that helpful, and that's the way that you would approach making this page. As you can see, I made this page pretty quickly. There's some more work that I would want to do to it to really clean it up, but this is the approach that you should take. And you want to do that 2 times for the layout study, okay? So if you have any questions, be sure and email me or message me, and hope you found this video helpful. All right, thanks, take care, and have a great day.